time, that over and over again, it's that grinding, it's the getting back involved, even when you don't want to. That's the pinnacle point of building resilience that allows you to overcome more when faced with adversity. And adversity is a good thing. Not all adversity is a great thing. Like, who wants to be faced with it all the time? Obviously not. But like, it's when the problem comes, you're equipped with it more, and you're not just gonna like crawl up in a ball and cry. Like, it's no, I can stand my ground. I'm equipped.
There was this multimillionaire that I used to watch. He's a very young guy running a very successful social media marketing agency, and he says, I think I mentioned that on the episode first, but when I was in Thailand, I was listening to his podcast, and he said, if you want to grow, you have to kill yourself. And that hit me so much, because if I finally understood that by doing different things, like either that would be cold therapy or just going for a run every morning, that old self of you he's not doing these things anymore. So that means you're kind of killing him to become a new self, which means you're growing. And that's just such a thing that really resonated with me. And then another thing, when you said people are on a trend for cold therapies now, but it just makes you realize how our lives are so comfortable that people have to look for ways to be uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? They have to go to these cold therapies. They have to go to the gym, whereas back in the day, that was always so hard. And that's why people, I think, were a lot more grateful for little things.
Yeah, and like Eric Thompson, when I was a kid, he'd watched this thing where he was giving a speech to like a bunch of school kids. It was really impactful. But he said in that...
Who's Eric Thompson?
I think he's like some kind of motivational speaker, but I think he's a lot more than that now. But he was like, you have to sacrifice who you are in order to be the person that you want to become. And I think that with that is envisioning who you are from 5 years, but who is that person 5 years from now? Are they still on the sofa eating shit, not doing what it is that you want them to do? Or are they picking that book up? Are they going out and talking to that girl or boy? Are they, going to that class that teaches them that hobby that they want to do? Are they going to that book club? Like, it's about putting yourself in situations that inherently you don't want, but will only make your life better, that will create more resilience. And I think it's about leaning into the discomfort to the point where it's healthy. Because I think we all need that as humans. And where, like you were saying, we live in a world now where we're removing more and more challenges. Like, we don't have to go out and hunt for our food or live in cold weather, but we need that. We need those challenges inherently to continue our growth.
Absolutely.
And by doing that, you just need to find more challenges and not just opt for the easiest way out, because it's so easy to be lazy. It's so easy to be comfortable. Like, I could easily stay in bed all day, but I wouldn't want to, because who would I be if I kept doing that,
Yeah, it's it. Like, so you have to drive the line, I guess. I'm not saying you should wake up tomorrow and do shit like David Goggins do. I mean, fair enough, I really like the guy. I'm a huge fan, but that stuff works for him. I wouldn't say it would work for me now with my circumstances to get up and run 100 of marathons not 100, but loads of marathons. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of David Goggins, but I'm not saying you should
he's like
break your shins and run.
He's pretty extreme. Like, he was there's like footage of him that I've watched recently of him like training Tony Ferguson. And like, there's like Tony Ferguson like throwing up in a bag, and
so Tony Ferguson is
but like stuff, and he was kind of saying, well, this is how bad he wants it. In that, like, this is how bad he wants his comeback. And I suppose that it's the scientific is like experience dependent neuroplasticity, which is like hardwiring or rewiring your nervous system